Hello, Rosie Faulkner.
Hello, how are you?
I am fine. Thank you so much for agreeing to participate in our conversation with Black women who coach. And to get started, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So, my name is Rosie Faulkner, and I am a video coach. But how far back do you want me to tell you? All the way back.
Go back as far, to be transparent as I try to be with our audience. I have known Rosie for quite some time. She's like the first person I knew who was doing this blogging, online personality thing successfully. So in a lot of ways, she was coaching me without even knowing she was coaching me. So you can go back as far as you want, Rosie, to tell the subscribers like how long you have been doing what you do and how you ended up doing video coaching.
Okay. So, I started off being like a photo blogger. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would take pictures of my looks and post them on Instagram. And then after doing so, I wasn't really getting any exposure. And so I thought, well, if I'm not getting any exposure, I'm sure it's other women out there that are also not getting any exposure. So I decided to start a show called Style Access since I was into fashion. And so I was like, okay, I'll have local people on here. I started off at DCTV, which is a public access station here in
Mm-hmm.
Washington, D.C. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to help other people get exposure. And so I started the show. It's been about 7 years strong. It's still going now on YouTube. And once I did that, I was just like, okay, I really like exposing and bringing attention to women. So I'm like, how else can I do this? And it took me a while, but then I was just like, okay, showing people how to go live. I'm so passionate about women's voices being heard. I just think that, that is just the way to go as far as if you have a brand, if you just have a subject matter that you're passionate about, you should be able to go live and tell your story however you want to. And I find that, and especially for women over 40, because that's my target audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I've found that either we are more confident as we get older or we're not. I thought a lot of people was like me. As I got older, I really don't give a shit. Hopefully I can curse on here.
Knock yourself out.
I
Authenticity is what it's all about for me, so go for it.
right. As I got older, I really started not caring about what people think. And
Mhm.
so after doing some research, I found out it could go either way with women that are older, that some people don't like their appearance. They still think that they are in their 20s in their head, and they haven't accepted that, you are aging. But so I started to teach women how to go live. And so that's where I am now. I'm a video coach. I teach women over 40 how to go live on social media.
Excellent. And I will say that one of the first people I called when I decided to start using YouTube was Rosie. I was like, I need to talk to you. I need you to tell me what equipment I need, what I need to do. And you've been super helpful anytime I ask you a question. And I also watch your videos every week because I am subscribed to your channel. So what inspired you to do video coaching? Because as you said, you were doing um, blogging, you realized that there was an opening in the marketplace, a gap in the marketplace, and you decided to fill it. And you said that your inspiration was, well, I guess you did answer this. You said your inspiration was that you wanted to help more women over 40 go live and to feel confident about it.
Mhm.
But what exactly, can you talk a little bit more about how you found the gap? Because I think that's one of the things that is very helpful for people in terms of figuring out what their niche is, what they should focus on, even in terms of going like, how do you, once you decide to do something, how did you decide, okay, I'm doing this, but now I'm gonna pivot? Because I think it's very interesting the way that you decided to change from what you were doing initially and to go into something that you realized that you were good at and that you could teach other people to do.
Yeah, so I was just doing and not thinking, that I could actually help women in that way. I actually joined a kind of like mentor type of group of women. And so just in casual conversation, because a lot of times we overlook sometimes our gift. And I was overlooking mine. I mean, I know I like to help women, but as far as teaching people how to go live, it was this one young lady that we were kind of like accountability partners. And so she said to me, she was just like, you go live more than anybody I know. Why don't you help other women do it? I'm like, what? You know, I was doing it, but not thinking that I could help other people do it. And so that's honestly how it was born for me to actually help women, you know, in that manner, because I just was looking for other ways to serve. But like I said, it could come from anywhere. And then I was just like, you know what? I can incorporate my love for fashion, helping women, all of this rolled up into one with helping people feel confident on camera. So once I thought it through, I was just like, oh, this is a win-win. So basically that's how
So
it came about.
basically, you were doing something well, and you hadn't even realized that it was something that you could actually turn into a product. And I think that happens a lot to us as women, especially Black women, that we're always overlooking the gifts that we have, and we think that we can't do things, and that this person over here that's doing something has extra special thing about them. And I always say to people when they ask me, well, how did you just up and move to Mexico? I'm like, there's nothing magical about what I did. I mean, the hardest part was making the decision to do it. It wasn't the actual doing it. And I think that a lot of times we have abilities and gifts and things that we know how to do. Like today I was talking to my coach and I was just like, I'm constantly helping people come up with ways to make, to make money when they move overseas. And it's not something I had even thought about, doing, but I keep doing it. Someone will say something to me. And so she was like, well, maybe you need to think about, helping people more formally do that. Cause I was like, I keep doing it because people will say something to me and I'm like, oh, you could do this thing and you could do that, you know how to do this. Why don't you turn this into a service? And they're like, oh, I never thought I could do that. And so I was like, oh, I didn't even really think of that as a thing. I just thought of it as a thing that I know how to do. I didn't think of it as a product, right? Why do you think that coaching is important, and specifically the type of coaching that you do? Why do you think it's important?
I just think coaching is important because you get to share your experience with someone else. I know I call myself a coach, but I really like to look at it like a best friend type of thing. I want to be able to be that best friend that coach you along, just like you call me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what tools do I need? What do I need? I mean, yes, I do it, but I don't want to seem like I'm pushing. I want to be like I said, the friend that be like, you can do this. What's your mindset? Let's get through this. What are you thinking? What's the underlying thing? And most often it's fear. It's the fear. And once we get past that, it's just like, okay, you know what? Maybe I can do it. It's not as bad. But a lot of people are just afraid of what other people think.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think fear is the thing that keeps people from doing almost everything that they should do, right? Whether it is, leaving a job that you're miserable in, or pursuing, a career that you've always dreamed of, or taking a trip solo, which you and I are going to talk about at another time, or taking a trip overseas solo by yourself, or going on a vacation, to somewhere you've never been before. I mean, I think it's always fair. And I think that in terms of when people talk about making, like, I want to create a YouTube channel, the first thing is, oh, I can't do that because what is this person going to say, or what is that person going to say? And I think the thing that you say a lot in your videos is you need to do things that you want to do and stop worrying about what other people are going to say. And, there was a video you did that I loved, and I never did mention it to you, where you said, I asked myself, who am I to think I can tell people? And then the question was, well, why can't I do it? Right? Who are you not to do it? If you believe that you can do something, why not you? Why does it have to be somebody else? Why not you? Right? And so I think a lot of time, especially as Black women, we limit ourselves so much about what we can do and what we can't do. And what I always tell people is nobody can put me in my place because my place is wherever the hell I decide it is on that particular day. So it's like, there is no place for me because my place is where the hell I decide it is. And I think a lot of us are so used to society telling us what we are and are not allowed to do. And we buy into that. And so we're always like, oh, I can't do that. That other person is doing it, but there's something special about them. And I'm like, no, there's not. The only thing special about them is that they decided to do the thing that they wanted to do.
And taking one step at a time. A lot of time people want to just think of the big picture. No, just think of the one thing. Like, for example, I'm going to use my Go Live thing. I mean, what are the tools? You already have a cell phone. Everybody has a cell phone. You don't even need lights yet. If you start in the daylight, you could go outside and shoot your first, live video. And it's just taking that step. And even if you don't like it, you can delete it. But my thing is, it's the fear that, somebody's going to judge me. And honestly, you keep doing it, people will, be in your comments. But just like you said, who's going to put me in my place?
What business is it of yours what somebody else thinks? I don't make it my business what other people have to say. That's their business, right?
Exactly.
But the thing is that all of us have multiple talents that other people would benefit from. And not only that other people would pay for. But we don't recognize it because we think somebody else has that, but we don't have it. And all of us have that. And YouTube is a great tool for putting information out that can help other people. So it's like, why not use it? If you have something that you want to convey, it's a great way to do it. And so I really appreciate what you're doing because you're making it accessible for a lot of people. Because I think a lot of people, they think they have to be super polished and they have to look this way and they have to do this thing. And I think that even though you are super polished, you still are accessible though, and come across as a regular person. And so I think it makes people feel more comfortable that yes, I can do it and I don't have to be perfect in order to do it. Because I think a lot of people feel that they have to be in order to put themselves out in any public kind of way, that they have to be perfect to do it. Now,
but I want to follow up before you go. That's why I do the bandwidth, where I'm polished, but then shooting the shits with Rosie, you may see me on there with crazy. I
have seen you. I have seen you.
I want people to see both sides. Yeah.
But I like that because you're making it accessible. For anybody, saying anybody can come on here if you have something to say and say it, right? And you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have the perfect outfit, even though most of the time you are perfectly put together as you are right now.
Different.
But I think that it's fun, but it conveys the same thing. But I think also that you come across as as an average regular person, even though you are very good at what you're doing, but you make it accessible for people to feel like this is something I actually could do. And I don't have to have 15 different lights and, all these different pieces of equipment in order to do it, and I think that's the thing that people also think is that they need some special stuff to do it. And actually, as you said, as I've learned, you just need your cell phone and maybe one decent light, if that, maybe, and you can do it. You know what I mean? Because people are coming for the information. They're not really coming for you to have your eyebrows perfectly arched and the perfect color lipstick and whatever. No, some people may notice that, but most people are not. They don't care. They're not coming for that. So, as you know, I am in the process of creating a directory for Black women to find Black women coaches. And that's part of why I'm talking to you. Can you tell me a little bit about what you think of why Black women coaches matter and why it's important, in your view, to have a Black woman as your coach?
With a Black woman, some things are already known. You don't have to explain stuff. When you speak or have a different race, sometimes they don't get our struggles or different, what we've been through, and you have to do a lot of explaining. Sometimes you're not in the mood for that. You want someone that
I'm never in the mood for it at this point in my life.
Huh?
I'm never in the mood for it.
You
Right. At this point in my life.
want somebody that can relate to you. And then, help you on your journey. And I really believe that many women, like we just need to have more Black women as a resource that we can seek out for whatever we need. If it's a gynecologist, if it's psychologist, if it's a mechanic, I don't care what it is, to help us get to where we need to be. I just think it's extremely important. And I'm so happy that you took this on to start this directory, because this is something that I plan to utilize to find resources for whatever I need. So I take my hat off to you for doing this, because it's much needed.
I really feel it is. And I saw the first mock-up today and it looks great. So I'm very excited.
Yes.
It looks wonderful. But what kind of person would you say should hire you as a coach? What kind of person is your ideal client?
My ideal client is someone that is ready to take that leap. For the person that is still very scared and apprehensive, like, I can't do it. If you're at that point, then keep watching the bandwidth. Keep watching Shooting the Shits with Rosie. But when you get to that point where you know you want to do it, but you just need some, mindset work, and you're ready to pull the trigger, I will get you there. But so that is my ideal client, someone that is ready mentally to say that I am ready to move my business forward. I am passionate about getting this message out to the world, and I am ready. I do have some challenges, but I am ready. That's all I need you to want to have the initiative, and I got you from there.
Wonderful. And I know you have a master class coming up. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I do. So I am launching a course. It will be launching next month, mid-July. So please follow me at rosiefaulkner.com for all of the details, but it will be launching mid-July. And we're also doing a 3-day go live challenge that will kick off the launch period. So any woman that is watching this that wants to participate in that, please go to rosiefaulkner.com and everything will be there. And I look forward to joining you, because like I said, your voice needs to be heard. So yeah, I'm so excited about the course. It will definitely help women build their confidence. If you're already going live, just say, like, if you do the 3-day challenge and you start your live journey, then the course will be there to get you camera confident, content confident, and tech confident. And so anybody that, have started going live and only been going live less than a year, it will be able to polish you and get you where you need to be. So I'm so excited about this whole journey. And I also will be starting a 3 to 4 week session to help us. The 3-day is just like a little teaser or whatever you want to call it, but I will be doing like a 4-week long program where we will take you through the mindset, we will take you through the camera, all that, to get you where you need to be to go live. So I'm excited about this journey,
and I'm very excited to see the products that you're putting out, and I will be putting links to all your social media and your website so that people can find you after we air this video. Rosie, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for participating in this conversation with me.
But before we go, I do want to give you another kudos. Now, we kind of touched on that, but I want to thank you for helping me with my solo journey. Now, you don't realize it, but you have helped me start. I do something called In Pursuit of Fashion, Food, and Fun. And so I was just so apprehensive about, going alone. I always were like, okay, if somebody will go with me, but I want to let you know that you go to your website, get your tips about what I need to, the tools that I need to travel by myself has been tremendous in giving me the confidence to, travel alone, because at this time you can't wait for nobody to do anything.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, so I want to say thank you for helping me get over that. And I am doing much. Well, I just did one 2 months ago, and I'm about to go again next month
Look
on
at
a
you.
solo trip. So yeah,
I am very, very happy that you are embarking on solo travel. It's something that we've talked about a lot, and people who know me and follow me know that I'm a big proponent of solo travel, and I solo travel all over the place. It is my preferred mode of travel. I highly recommend it. So I'm really happy that you are doing it and that you're enjoying it just like I told you you would. And
you did.
you won't even want to go with other people after a while because when you're on your own, you do your own thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad that has helped you. Thanks again, Rosie. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for participating in the conversation with me.
My pleasure.